Hi, today's video came to me pretty much by chance. I was watching a tutorial by John Strand on line memory analysis on a Windows system, and at the end of this long video, John comes out with a forensic lab that you can perform. It was intended for his students at Sense. But anyway, it looked like a lot of fun, so I decided to go through that myself. First of all, I run in a backdoor using netcat on port 2222, and I'm listening to all the connections with netstat, and we'll notice that we have an open connection on port 2222, which we already knew anyway. But that's the first thing you want to have a look at. So in this case, I'm going to perform this analysis on a clean Windows configuration, but in an upcoming video, I'm going to analyze a compromised system. We can use a series of commands to run intelligence on the system. One is Task Manager. Task Manager has also a command line version called Task List, which shows only way more stuff. That is to say, though, that if we click show processes from all users, we have pretty much the same output as task list. Another one that we can use is a WMIC process list full. It gives us way more detail on each individual running process. We can also retrieve a list of files greater than a certain size. Here I'm running a query to retrieve all files greater than 10 megabytes. There's actually a bunch of files greater than 10 megabytes, but the reason why you want to have a look at particularly large files is that an attacker could upload or create files in order to exploit the system or to gain persistence and any way to infect the machine. Now I use the same command, but I chose a larger threshold this time, and we only retrieved one file and redirected the output to an output file like we saw. We also need to analyze the Windows registry, especially certain other starting keys that are hidden in the registries, especially if you go to HKey local machine Microsoft Windows current version. There's at least 3 or 4 items you want to have a look at. Now, any software you see in one of those keys runs automatically at startup, and that's a way for malware to gain persistence. We can do the same even in current users, so you want to have a look at that key too. In this case, you'll notice another starting entry related to CC Cleaner. I don't like to add this software auto starting, I don't need that, so I can delete this key. And that's what you want to do if you find a malicious executable running a startup like that. You can also have a look at net shares, but there's only the shared folders that I created in VMware. Here we can have a look at the current user profile for all concerning the firewall rules. We can also analyze local users and groups. We notice an interesting group called administrators, and we see that 2 users are members of this group. We might want to hack into one of these 2 accounts. This is confirmed by running the command you saw right now. Another important thing is to audit log failures through security policies. In fact, if we go to audit policy, we can monitor failure events, so we can monitor unsuccessful or blocked failures, which are very important for us as analysts to understand if we're faced up with brute force login attempts or any sort of attack against our system. So now I'm going to create a ferial access by giving the run password here. So that should have created an event in the security log. So we can go now to event viewer to see what we got. And as a matter of fact, if we run event viewer as administrator, because otherwise we don't have access to that, this is confirmed. I'm also creating another event failing to log in as administrator in order to run the command prompt. And you'll notice that there are a series of auditing entries related to failed logon attempts. See a series of failed logons. That's very important, and it's very good for us because it means that the policy works. As digging through Windows event IDs can be really bulky and cumbersome, we can use a PowerShell script in order to search specific event IDs. And you'll see that it returns a series of results. Now I'm going to give you a little more detail about what these specific IDs mean. This is the list of ID events and what they mean. You see that there's a series of important events that we have to monitor. Okay, that's all for this tutorial. In the next video, I'm going to do the same steps against a compromised system, and we'll see what we'll be able to retrieve. Have a good one. Bye bye.